Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 887 of the show. And this is the 10th edition of State of the Shenanigan Address. I'm talking about like the end of a season or a month for the year. And we're going to talk about the end of summer 2023. That's right. Yesterday was the final day of summer 2023 as we approach fall for the very first time. And the weather seems to cool off a little bit because next week highs will be mostly in the 60s. So basically it's almost like going back to spring almost, that type of deal. But however, now a lot of you folks are thinking, how was your summer? How was your summer of 2023? Well, it's safe to say that it was a decent summer. It was a lot better than last year's summer because a lot of things had went down last summer that I was not very pleased with, but that's okay. I ended up surviving that summer. And then we talk about this summer, and it has been a decent, a better summer, an excellent summer. I started off the first half of the year driving a car that I thought that it just takes me from point A to point B, but I realized it was not safe when my father took it while I was at work to the garage to get it looked at for an inspection sticker. They said it's no good. So I'm like, great. And when I was told I need a new car, I was like, great. In the back of my mind, I was praying, I hope I have enough to get a new car. Luckily, thankfully, I did. In fact, my father, he has extensive knowledge of cars for 60 years. That's impressive. He has the auto knowledge, the auto knowledge of the auto. So he went to a dealership and said, "Hey, Eric, found a car perfect for you. You want to come check it out with me?" I said, "Yeah, sure." So I did check it out with him. We drove around a little bit. He says, "What do you think?" I said, "We get it." It was a 2003 Toyota Highlander, and it was an SUV type vehicle, which I'd never driven before, but never driven an SUV type vehicle before, like a nearest thing to a van or a station wagon, and it was my first time, and I was really excited. So this was like the coolest thing ever, and I ended up buying the car for a pretty decent price, and the rest they say is history. I had the rest of the summer. The majority of the summer was spent driving that car, whether it be to work or to anywhere. Got it caught up with the inspection sticker. It's all up to date. Wait till next year to renew that. So it was a good investment, good buy, and that was probably the most important thing ever. That's one of the highlights of the summer. As you know, also following that purchase of the vehicle, it was the Whale Sea Festival. That was next. It was very decent, and saw New England Ring Gladiators for the very first time. So they are, they were very impressive. Ran into some folks there at the Whale Sea Festival, folks that I know. Then came August, and the first week of August did not go very well, unfortunately. Like I said, we lost a sister in Christ who passed away. Who passed away during, who passed away when she had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I believe it got aggressive real quick. So it wasn't easy. Then it was on the same day, then you probably need like an uplifting type of. It was August the 3rd. Then, but then things started turning around. The day started turning around for me when you know, myself, Brandon, Jordan, and Jordan's father, Dr. Greg Little, had the interview with our special guest, and I didn't know who it was. You know, Brandon, Jordan, and Greg decided to keep it a surprise, keep it a secret. So I have not bugged too much them about it, but every time I talked to them, it was like, so I always had to bring up a point where I gotta know who the guest is so I can ask decent questions, because I don't want to be a guest and like, okay, I can't come home with the question. But then I thought about it, I said, you know what, I'm gonna let you guys handle the questions, and then when I have a question, I'll jump right in. That way, even though didn't know who the guest was. But then when we decided to do it, this is for Rant and Rave 200 episode at the time, and Brandon, Brandon Martin, God bless him, he started saying the accolades of this person, and then when he mentioned 3-time women's champion, I went, no. And he goes, 2-time Divas champion. I'm going, no freaking way. It was none other than Melina, my all-time wrestling crush. If you had thought I didn't have talking to Melina and asking her questions part of my 2023 summertime bingo card. Never. So I want to thank Brandon and Jordan for making that happen and making my dream come true. I want to thank Melina for being very sweet to me. And I appreciate that wholeheartedly, and hope we get to talk to each other again soon, because that was a lot of fun. And it was about the highlight of my summer. And then came to the Portuguese feast, which only went for 2 days because Friday they scaled back the time to 5 o'clock. They usually go Thursdays. They usually go Thursdays late afternoon into the evening. Fridays I thought they'd go to 12 to whatever, but they decided to only do it for Friday and Saturday. So from 12 on, because mostly everybody's out of work and all that. It's the weekend. And I think this is the first Portuguese feast I missed my boy Joey Palatroni there. So yeah, I missed him. So Joey Fats, if you're watching, man, I miss you, bud. I missed you at the feast, man, this year. So anyway, so that was a super highlight of the summer. And then I bought a few items here and there over the summer, and then we ended up saying goodbye to my friend, my dear sweet sister in Christ, Luann Stemper, at her funeral the week later. After that, and I thought to myself, but the highlight of that situation was the fact that I got to see a lot of old friends that I have not seen. Got a chance to chat with them for a bit and catch up, have them catch up to my life, just in case they had not been on Facebook or on the internet for quite a while. So it was really super cool to catch up with them, and it was great. Just sit down and say, hey, I got a new car and everything else. And try to, speak, try to keep a positive attitude in situations like this, though, and, encourage others to be strong, and just, yeah, it was a surreal funeral. I was part of the procession, which is really crazy. And she was the third person that I've interacted with in my life that has been buried in the same cemetery, because 2 of my friends were also buried there. We had a classmate back at a Christian school back in 1991. She died of AIDS at only 9 years old. This is like back in 1991. I was very, very young, and it was a sad day to see that happen. And then my friend Mark Supernaut also passed away in 2012. So, and now our dear sister in Christ passed away as well. So it's like, and they're all in the same cemetery too, different plots actually, but in the same cemetery. So it was kind of sad, but this was something that, so all in all, bottom line is it's been a decent summer. Summer is gone now. put away the shorts, the bathing suits. You can keep the t-shirts on because you're going to need them as an extra layer of clothing, the sweatshirts, sweaters, and jeans, boots sometimes, especially fall time here in New England. You got the Patriots playing football. Red Sox are going home. Been a tough summer for the Red Sox, that's for sure. Bouncing from 4th to 5th place, and we never got near even 3rd place at all. It's been 4th and 5th place in the American League East, man. So, sad days. So that's it. That's all the time we have on the show. Episode 887 of American League Shenanigans in 1977. Thank you for tuning in. Summer of 2023 is now gone. Fall 2023 begins. So we're hoping for a lot of cool stuff in the fall. Obviously, Super Mario Wonder will be coming out 4 weeks from yesterday. So I'm looking forward to that. And I reserved a copy for it. So thank you for tuning in. And until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production. And in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.